right, so today what we're going to do is we are going to go over your test review. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, a test. It's on Thursday, and I did a review for you, and I'm going to give you a little something extra that you can use on it. So you're going to go to classwork, and underneath it should say review for, what's wrong?
Frozen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't know we were frozen. Thanks for letting me know. All right. So under week 6, it should say review for 6 weeks test. Online, y'all's is going to say it'll be under Tuesday's stuff. All right, you're going to click on it, and you're going to see 3 different docs that are attached to it. The first thing you need to click on is the 6 weeks test review. Okay, now you may think this looks like a lot. You need to know what an independent variable is, what a dependent variable is, what a controlled group is, and an experimental group. You should have practice with these because of IXLs, and we did them in your notebook. You also need to know how to identify the question in a paragraph, testing the hypothesis, analyzing the data, revising the hypothesis, communicating the findings, and what the experimental question is. Now, you may think that is a whole lot, but I have another thing for you. If you go back into Classroom, Miss Harris, oh no.
Pardon me, students and teachers.
Hang on. All right, so Miss Harris made something, and I'm going to share it with y'all. Some of you may have seen this already. Some of you may not have. But when it talks about identifying the question on our review, these are key terms that you need to look for. So wanted to know, wondered, thought, was curious, wanted to explore. Also, the identifying the question is going to be at the top of the paragraph. Okay? Then you have developing the hypothesis. So you're going to look for key terms like expected, predicted, speculated, or thought. Also is going to be at the top of the paragraph. Okay, then you're going to go down to testing the hypothesis. This is when they do the actual experiment. Okay, so if you have to pick out where they tested the hypothesis and what sentence it was, then this is when they actually do the experiment. Analyzing the data, this is what they did in the experiment. So you'll look for words like calculated, graphed, compared, counted, checked, or measured. Then you have drawing the conclusion. So this is always going to be after the experiment. It's going to be towards the bottom of your paragraph. And you're going to look for words like drawing a conclusion. Concluded, resulted in, results showed, deducted, decided, found that, reasoned, and determined. Okay? Revising the hypothesis just means that after the experiment, they decided to change their hypothesis and maybe ask a different question. And then communicating your results. If you're communicating with somebody, that means that you're telling somebody something. So you shared, discussed, you can publish, informed, showed, or presented. So these are all key terms that you can look for when it comes to these specific things. Because if you just look at the 6 weeks review, it looks like a long list of stuff that you have to do. But that page that we just looked at kind of breaks it down. Also, you have to do lab safety on the 6 weeks test. Now, I will tell you, I was pretty impressed with your lab safety test grades. Y'all are really good at picking out people's flaws or faults, like what they're doing wrong. Y'all are really good at pointing that out, like super good at it. So lab safety will be on your test. If you don't know maybe what a beaker is, or a flask, or the test tube, or a petri dish, make sure that you go over that stuff, okay? That is on your lab safety interactive notebook, or you can go back to IXLs and go through it. Somebody, I didn't realize y'all didn't know this, but if you go into IXL, it tells you what the right answers are. If you got a question wrong, you can click on it and scroll down, and it'll tell you what the right answer is. Did everybody know that it did that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad y'all knew. All right, another thing, and this is for my online kids too, I'm going to give you a little cheat sheet. Okay, everybody is going to be given an index card. You can write however much and whatever on this index card, front and back. Okay, and you can use this on your test. Okay, so if maybe you can't memorize every single thing that I put on the reviews or on the test or on those 3 sheets, and you need to write it down, then write it down. In my opinion, having more is better than having less or having nothing at all. Okay. Also, I linked in y'all's vocab from scientific method at the beginning if you need the actual vocab and the definition of some of the stuff like scientific method or what a hypothesis is. So if you want to write those down, you're more than welcome to do that. My online kids, y'all are going to get a piece of paper, fold it in half, and that's what you're going to use. And you have to send me a picture of what your cheat sheet looks like. If y'all have any questions, make sure to send me an email. Good luck today on your review.